Thanks for the opportunity. My name is Balaji Iyer. I'm here to talk about multi-agent systems that learn to control systems like humans. So I'm part of Tactical Edge team. Super excited to be collaborating with Ron again. And thank you again for Ron for hosting the session and also bringing an excellent line of speakers. I learned a lot from other speakers as well, and really appreciate you doing this with the same enthusiasm that I saw about 10 years ago when we first met. So thanks again. So what I have today is give you a bit of an intro on what are agents, and then talk about your new offering that we have called Connectory, and show you a demo of how with no code you can actually integrate with any app of your choice. And this is pretty revolutionary because we've been in this kind of integration space for a long time, done a lot of integration myself, but the capabilities that are available today, it's unparalleled. So I want to show you a demo on that, and also give you some tips on like how we can help as well. So let's get some background information here. So this is a slide from Amazon. We're an AWS partner, and what their definition of what are AI agents, I thought it succinctly clarifies what agents are. They're autonomous software systems that leverage AI to reason, plan, and complete tasks on behalf of humans or systems, right? It can range from compiling research. I'll show you an example of that today, or integrating with any enterprise application. I also have a small demo for that as well. So what makes the agent really powerful is their ability to think iteratively. So they just don't answer questions, they solve problems through a process of exploration and refinement. So that's why it makes it really powerful compared to like a traditional rule-based systems. So there are 4 key enablers when it comes to agentic AI. The first one is the reasoning capabilities, and that starts with a solid foundational model with advanced reasoning capability, right? And there are many providers that are doing a great job here. And the second one is data and knowledge integration. So now you take the agents and ground them based on your enterprise context, your personal context, your proprietary data that only you have access to. And the third one is infrastructure and agentic protocols. Here's where secure protocols, think MCP, A2A, agent to agent, and these are different protocols that allows you to run these agents very safely. And then you have a set of orchestration tools, a set of tools that and patterns also to design, deploy, and manage agents at scale. And when you think about the journey the enterprise take as they move from a simple task to automation to a fully autonomous system, on the left, you see low agency systems, which are kind of rule-based, that requires a lot of high human oversight. On the right, we see high agency systems that can operate pretty independently, right? Rules-based system is really what we typically call as a robotic process automation that executes a predefined set of rules. They're very rigid, they don't really scale. Then the next tier is the generative AI assistant, think chatbot. And then there's outcome-driven agents, and they are the ones that are sort of adapting to different data and environments that you have in your environment. And they act more like a digital teammate. And here's an example that I'm going to show you today on this. And then there's fully autonomous systems. This is the highest level of maturity where they can set, adapt, execute goals very independently. And reaching higher agency requires, at this level, high agency tools, they're rare today, but they represent the ultimate vision of where agentic AI can go. So at the heart of every intelligent systems, there's a continuous cognitive loop, one that enables perception, action, and also improvement over time, right? So if you think about the percept, plan, and perceive, this is the awareness and understanding phase where just like a human before making a decision, and it needs to assess and plan, and agent is no different in this case, and combined with memory and historical context. And then the set of execution and decision-making phase where it decides to act a certain way with the right tools. And then there's this iterative loop of continuous improvement. It's not just acting, it's reflecting, evolving, and that is key to build resilient and high-performing agents. So let's switch gears and go talk about agents in terms of connectors. What is the problem today? If you look at the enterprise data in the last 20 years, there's been a huge proliferation of SaaS tools, enterprise tools, data tools, and so forth. As a result, every new tool creates another data silo for you because that data stores in their proprietary format, in their own system. It's really hard to integrate. And that's why the integrations are real pain, and then they take a long time and across varying degree. And they're very expensive. And after you do the integration, they're fragile, right? Somebody changes something in this workflow, and the whole system comes down, right? And there are data silos everywhere. And this is the complexity of enterprise data today. It's unfathomable, the level of complexity and the trend that which we were going. So that requires constant maintenance and so forth. And so what are the opportunity costs associated with that problem? So there's millions and millions of dollars on annual costs wasted on integration development, especially in large orgs where I spend most of my career. And because of this data silos, there's companies are not able to go to market with their new products. And oftentimes, most APIs are underutilized, right? So even though majority of the internet traffic is internet API related, but majority of the APIs are underutilized, partly because of that reason. And there's always new APIs coming, so it's a constant evolution of learning those APIs. So that is why this is like the biggest barrier to digital transformation, AI adoption, and so forth. So what is our solution? Today, we're launching a Connectory. What is Connectory? Here's where you can connect to any service with an API without any pre-built connectors. A pre-built connector is the norm, but you don't need an API. You don't need actual service integration that is built on pre-built connectors. So you can go to any vendor and anywhere of your choice, and with this seamless integration. The best part of this is no code required. We use a large language model where you can communicate in plain English. I'm going to show you an example of that, where you can build that integration real time. And it's always up to date. It's constantly learning. There's a memory part of this integration where it's constantly learning and updating the memory of the new APIs that are there. And ultimately, our goal is to help you build these integrations in a few seconds rather than weeks or months. So we have hundreds of connectors that are available from day one. And let me go ahead and show you a brief demo of that. So the first demo that I want to show you is we have a product called Prospectory. This is an AI-enabled agentic sales approach. It figures out what is the right customer target for your product or service you're selling, figures out what to say, how to say, and when to say, and get a meeting with them, right? So if you take a look at this, you can select, you can create a lot of different campaigns, and you can create like a multi-channel, a true multi-channel campaign based on email that you're sending. And you can automate a lot of the LinkedIn functions, right? Where you can actually endorse somebody's your prospect's top skills, or take a look at their profile and they can come and say, oh, Ron checked out my profile. And that creates some interest, curiosity. You can also use AI to place a phone call. It has a humanistic touch. It can also transfer a live call when somebody asks for you, and send SMS, and it automates that entire workflow to reaching out to a prospect all the way till getting a meeting. So one of the things that I'm going to show you is effectively how to generate a LinkedIn-based agentic group search, right? We do this at scale across thousands of profiles. So if you were to execute this, and we have a swarm of agents that are operating and deciding the functions of what to perform and what to look for and so forth, it executes a bunch of steps, and it generates what we call as a prospect intelligence, right? And you can actually go to the app and access it soon. But basically, it aggregates a lot of information about this particular person. I'm showing you a LinkedIn example, but also across the entire digital footprint, right? And so while that is running, I want to show you the Connectory offering. So,
hey, Balaji,
so what I have today,
Balaji, we've only got about a minute left.
Okay.
We've got to get to
Okay.
Microsoft, so please be
Okay.
cognizant.
I'll be very, very quick. So what I want to show you is agentic memory. Connect to HubSpot, right? So you can also use audio for this. And in this case, what we have is like we have a set of agents that are executing the tasks. And to connect the HubSpot, it is asking for a key. So I'm going to provide a HubSpot key, right, for this. And now it is learning from the HubSpot API. It's updating the documentation based on this HubSpot API. In HubSpot, I have a app that I have created, and that's what it's using it for. Now, based on this information, it was able to update the memory, and it's completed the search of those APIs, and it's doing all that integration in real time. So what I'm going to show you next is list all the contacts that I have in HubSpot, just to kind of show you. I have 2 different contacts here in HubSpot. It's just a starter version. And let me go ahead and execute this command right after this is done. So when you do this, now I have a direct integration to HubSpot that is connecting to this network, and it's able to connect to these APIs and fetching the contacts. So let me go ahead and list the contacts, so see if it's working. And now I'm going to do is, yep, these are the contacts that I have. So without actually creating a physical one-on-one integration, I was able to connect with HubSpot pretty easily. Now I'm saying export all the contact to Slack. So now it's going to say, hey, I don't have any Slack authorization. So all I'm going to provide is just an API key here. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. After this task is done. So here's where it's learning about Slack APIs. It's learning about different endpoints. There's a discovery layer. There's a memory layer. It is updating all that information. So it's saying to export this contact, I need a Slack with this permission. So I'm going to give this OAuth. I have a little bit app that I have enabled, and that is what the app that I'm providing. I'm providing an OAuth token for that. So now it is going to effectively send a message with exporting all the contacts from HubSpot and sending it over to Slack, which I have in a particular channel. So that's the example that I'm going to show. And here's where it's running. You have multiple set of agents, and also it's updating the memory constantly. So it understands where you are in this journey. And also what are the tools that you're integrating with. So it's not just one tool. It's how do we able to connect multiple tools together. So let's give it a second. So here's where what I'm expecting is you will be able to kind of post a message in this app that I have created, or in this channel rather, from here, right? So here's where it's using the OAuth token, exporting the contact. The process was successful. I was able to upload. Okay, so okay, direct file link. So let's go here, and this is an example of something that I ran before. So let's go ahead and run this command to export all the contacts. And now I will be able to get that context. So here's an example of different tools, different agents kind of working in coordination, and be able to take information from one system, integrate with other systems. The possibilities are endless. That is what I want to show you today. And so you can go to connectory.ai. You can be part of this program that we have today, and super excited